if you weren't like paying close attention. There was a government shutdown that took place. I believe it was like 40 days or something. It was literally a record-breaking government shutdown. And government shutdowns are obviously very damaging because when the government is shut down, there's a lot of federal workers that are furloughed. There's a lot of mouths that you can't feed, right? And it's a terrifying predicament for anyone who actually cares about their constituents. Having said that, the government shutdown is usually the last political tool that the minority party has at their disposal to actually get their agenda across in an effort to actually defend, even larger number of Americans, for example. So that's precisely what was going on here. It's been 41 days and the government was shut down because Donald Trump and the Republican Party has cut ACA subsidies, which means like 24 million Americans, tens of millions of Americans are actually no longer going to get their fucking health care. They're going to get kicked off of their health care coverage because their insurance premiums are far too costly. The ACA subsidies were taken away from these people, and their healthcare is about to triple in cost. These are the reasons why the Democrats were supposed to be fighting for, the shutdown, to get the Republicans to come back to the table and offer subsidies on ACA, also known as Obamacare, which is already a fucking Band-Aid solution. So like half the time when I'm advocating for this stuff, I'm advocating for the Democrats and their signature policy that they should be defending. Like, I'm a Medicare for all guy. If I had no investment or concern or consideration for the average working class American, I would just say, let it fucking burn. Who gives a shit? This entire thing is busted anyway. It's a Band-Aid and let's rebuild Medicare for all. But obviously it doesn't work that way. I want Americans to have healthcare. So I'm fucking defending goddamn Chuck Schumer and goddamn Hakeem Jeffries because I want them to fucking defend the ACA subsidies, which I don't even fucking agree with. And even then the Democrats still end up doing this race to the bottom bullshit and fuck it up. Imagine being Trump. You've beaten the Dems twice, been impeached, nearly gone to jail, never let go of your sense of victimhood. Meanwhile, the Democrats quit the moment things get hard. Their retirees lead negotiations. You really wonder why God gave you such weak opposition. I guess he has the heavens mandate. Okay, you have to recognize at this point. It's just that the Democrats don't actually want to win. The Democrats do not want to win. The Democrats do not want to legislate. The Democrats don't want to be there for the population. The Democrats are simply here to be a fucking nuisance. They're here to constantly be annoying. They're here to lose. They're not here to actually do right by their voters. They are here to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. And there are plenty of people on the base of support that also actually go along with this. They constantly follow the lead of some of the worst political instincts I have ever encountered in my entire life. It's not Trump's resilience that is impressive. I think it's the Democratic Party's capacity to lose that is impressive. I'm sorry. I can no longer sit here and act as though Trump's a brilliant machine politician. He is not. It is actually the Democrats that have created this environment for Donald Trump, and it will always be the Democrats that will continue creating this environment for Donald Trump. But at least on the one hand, I have seen finally that there are a lot of people who say that they're liberals and libtarded or whatever that are finally coming to their fucking senses. I saw Brian Tyler Cohen freaking out about this shit. I saw Harry Hasan freaking out about this shit. Like on the influencer side, there are plenty of fucking Democrats who are like, enough is enough. Like, do your job, do your fucking job, do anything. I want the Dems to do Dem shit, and they can't even do Dem shit. What are we fucking doing at this point? Suck my man. You guys do not give a fuck about the working class. You do not give a fuck about your voters. I don't even know what you give a fuck about. Old, decrepit, weak, feeble, monstrous, corrupt pieces of shit they are. They don't care about fighting against Donald Trump. They do not care about being an opposition party. They do not care about anything. And I fucking hate them so much. I hate them with my entire fucking heart and soul, because at least I know Donald Trump is evil. Okay? I know Donald Trump is evil, but the Democrats are supposed to not be evil. They're at least supposed to be like, oh, we tried our best, but we couldn't do it. But no. Time and time again. Oh my fucking Lord, dude. They are such assholes. If they fought for Americans with a fraction of the severity that they fight for fucking Israel, we would be in an entirely different predicament. We'd be in an entirely different country. But yes, yesterday, before the shutdown happened, I said, no one wants to see the government shutdown continue. Why is this weirdo blaming the Dems? You just won the election on being in opposition to Republicans and instantly shift the blame back to the Dems. Can't stand centrist Dems. This was before. I need you to understand, this was before the shutdown actually officially became reality. Except Hutch, he's calling it a masterful gamble. When has Hutch ever been right in his entire political career? Please Please never bring that fucking bald loser's name in this chat ever again. We're actually having an adult conversation about the goddamn Democratic Party and its fucking failures. I don't need to hear from someone who doesn't know anything, and his only investment in this is to basically either say Hasan fucking thugs over and over again, okay? Because his Call of Duty career fucking imploded in and of itself, and he decided to hitch his wagon to like Destiny and become that kind of fucking political commentator. Nobody gives a shit about what he has to say because he's wrong all the fucking time. Shut the fuck up. Never bring up his name in here again while we're doing serious political commentary. Fuck. These are people who follow the notes of the Democratic Party. They are not here with a broader vision. They're not here to tell the Democrats what they're supposed to do. They're just here to say, no, whatever the decision they made is actually the good one, because they're fucking stupid. It makes sense because they just want to be like, you know, they just want to do contentious commentary to someone like myself for the most part. That's it. The point is, there are still a lot of centrist Democrats who unironically are just like Kamala heads and they're Biden heads. And they're very weird, and they love, you know, they love the establishment Dems, and they think that everyone is wrong for shitting on the establishment Dems, and that it's fine with their like centrist. I don't know. Gavin Newsom with an oddly similar tone to you. I know. He said pathetic. Yeah, he wants to be president so bad. He wants to be the leader of the Democratic Party so fucking bad. I am so sick of weak Democrats. We need fighters who will stand up to Trump and MAGA. We need a big tent of fighters, not folders. As I made clear, I'm a liberal. Someone like Zohran Mamdani is farther left than I am, but I'd rather vote for him than a weak liberal who doesn't stand for anything. I will support fighters, not folders. Now, respect for him for saying that, but also, bitch, you're Harry Sasson. We know in your fucking age group, like, we know you love Zohran. You don't have to fucking farm this, like, I'm actually a reasonable centrist liberal and Zohran is much more further left than me. What is this? No, I don't believe Harry. Yeah, he loves Zohran. Of course he does. All these guys do. It's so funny that he's like, I'm a liberal and I am a reasonable liberal and I think Zohran's to the left of me. No, he's not. Shut the fuck up. You're just saying that because you think that's what like the older consultants want to hear. You think that's what the older consultants want to hear. Trust me, as someone the older consultants hear from all the fucking time, it doesn't matter. Just be yourself. Be honest. Should AOC or Bernie be tweeting this? Yeah, I mean, this is inside baseball. I don't know how much like they should be pushing on the buttons here, but obviously a lot of people are frustrated. Okay, Ro Khanna actually came out and did the Ro Khanna cycle one more time. My goat. The Ro Khanna cycle is so alive and so well that by the end of this Ro Khanna cycle, I think we're eventually going to reach a point where he just says like full luxury gay space communism one day. And then the next day he's going to be like, if you don't let banks put a lien on your child's potential future gainful employment salary for even the thought of getting a Klarna payment processor for your next Domino's pizza, you should be arrested. Like, he swings so wildly, and every time he fucking swings, he either goes max left or max right. It doesn't make sense. Does Republicans have a plan to replace the Obamacare with? Do the Republicans have a plan? Yeah, dude. Yeah, they got a plan. It's called fuck you. Democrats now own the shutdown, and because that's how it'll be perceived, will own every potential false fiscal cliff hereafter, and any gutting any impetus or leverage to do it again. I agree. I was having this conversation with some other people as well. It was mind-boggling to me that the Democrats actually did this. I like they're bad. They're bad. But this is like, chat, they're bad, but this is a whole new level. Like, this is truly a uniquely bad new level of bad. I cannot stress this enough. Like, this is beyond malpractice. Like, I've just been fucking angry. Even in China, I've been angry. Okay, I cannot believe it, especially because it took place right after a wave of victories. So it basically felt like the Democrats were saying, oh no, we have it too good. The people hate the Republicans too much. And God forbid, it kind of feels like they like us again. We have to stop it. it just genuinely feels like they were just like, we have to put an end to this shit. We have it too good. And the reality of the matter is, it's all the people that are retiring. So there's only, or people that just don't have any reason. Like, they don't have any fear of being primaried. So basically, what I will say is this, okay? Either Chuck Schumer went to the centrist Dems, who are always the rotating villains, who play the role of a spoiler in the party, and demanded or said, you guys can actually cook this, which means he's a demon and an awful, monstrous piece of shit. Or he actually did not want them to do it, but they did it anyway, and that means he's an ineffective party leader and so incompetent that he must retire instantly, okay? To preserve American democracy, if you do believe that there needs to be an effective counterbalance to the growing fascist movement in this country, unfortunately, you need something. You need some motion, some momentum from the Democratic Party. Fucking feels like the Democratic wishes of the public is in that direction, where they absolutely want the Democrats to fight back, and Chuck Schumer and them are not doing it. I have no confidence in any of these fucking dipshits. Okay, Tim Kaine in the membrane, Tim Kaine in the brain. Dick Durbin also obviously is retiring, so he has no ambitions. You can't primary these people. Understand that you cannot primary these fucking people. Now, Schumer obviously knew the entire time that it was going on, so the notion that he was not aware of what was going on here is also idiotic. It's a lie. This question is going to be the only question that remains. 40 days of pain. 40 days of pain. What was it for? Nothing. It was for nothing. And now Americans, by and large, are going to turn around and be like, okay, maybe the Republicans were right. Maybe the Democrats are fucking assholes, and they just decided to shut the government because they're bored. They just decided to shut the government because they're bored.